Hey everyone, thank you for joining. Today's video will be an intermediate full body flow. Let's get started. We are going to put all springs on. Lie down on your back. Get comfortable on your carriage. We're going to start with just some classical mat Pilates on the reformer. So from here, we'll bring one leg into tabletop, then the other. Squeeze those inner thighs and find your imprint. I'm going for a chest lift to start. So I'm really scooping out those abdominals. From here, I'm going to go kick out to 45, bend my knees back in. So the challenge point here is to keep that chest lifted. Try and get just the shoulder blades slightly on that mat or carriage. Using that breath. The lower you go with those legs, the more challenging to maintain that imprint, mid-spine to that mat. Just warming up those abs here for 6, 5, 4, 3, stay lifted for 2. Last one, grab those hamstrings, take a second. From here, single leg stretch. So I'm going to grab one of my shins, pulling my knee in towards my chest. Other leg kicks out to 45. And switch. Switch. I haven't rested my head down just yet, so I'm still maintaining that chest lift. Really engaging those abdominals. Hitting about 10 to 12 of each. 6, 5, 4, straight into double leg stretch in 3. Here for 2. Last one, both knees back to tabletop. I haven't lowered my head just yet. Last variation, then we'll take a rest. So kick out to 45, arms sweep around, grab the shins. Chest stays lifted, kick out to 45, sweep those arms out and around. If you want to challenge yourself even more, don't grab the legs. Don't forget to breathe. 6, 5, here for 4, stick with me. Last 3, 2, 1. Reach, relax, roll down. Find a little stretch in that spine. Okay, we're going to go back into that chest lift, but I'm going to bring one elbow to opposite knee. So I'm connecting opposite elbow to opposite knee. Other leg kicks out to 45, bend back in. Your outside arm can be behind the head also, down by the carriage, whatever feels comfortable for you. Staying connected. Try to find a little bit of a pressure into there. Engaging those obliques. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax back to center. Just into that other side, and then we're going to move on. So chest lift back up. Other side, opposite elbow to opposite knee. Find that connection. Other hand behind the head. Kick out to 45. Bend and stretch. Point and lift. Really try and maintain that connection. 7, 6, hello obliques. 5, 4, 3, here for 2. Last one, bring it in, center and relax. Okay, now that we're nice and warmed up in those abs, we're gonna move on. I'm going to flip around, getting into my Z-sit. This is where we'll be on one blue or one loaded blue, the button in the back if you want it a little spicier. Leave a little bit of space in front of your carriage because I am going to layer on with some variation. Grab that front strap next to you. Start with your hand down onto your carriage, getting nice and tall. Deep inhale. Find that mermaid stretch. Reach. And again, bending into that elbow, stretching in that spine. And reach. We're going to get one more. From here, I'm going to add a hinge from the hips. So reach, squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward. I'm now onto my knees. Slowly bring it back in. And again, reach, hinge, push those hips forward. Whole body movement here. And back down. From here, if you want to go just the fingertips, more of a challenge point, less points of contact, squeeze, lift. Bring it back in. And most progression here is no hand. Put it onto the outside of your hip, reach, squeeze, lift. If that doesn't work for you, just bring the fingers back down. Let's get 3. Nice and slow and controlled. For 2. And 1. Bringing it back in. Nice job, everyone. Okay, readjust, roll it out. We're gonna get into that draw a sword. So hand on the hip, my strap is in my outside arm now. So we're gonna start with just that classical draw a sword from here. Slowly bringing it back in. So we start with the basics and then you layer on to find those progressions. All right, we're gonna go back into that hinge and draw that sword, squeeze, lift. Slowly bringing it back in. Lots of control and stability. Squeeze, lift. And back down. We'll find 3. Bring it in. And 2. Try and pause into it every time. Find that end point every time. And back in. Little roll out. Okay, we're gonna hang that up and flip around to face the shoulder blocks. From here, right hand is going to come down into your headrest. I'm in this quadruped or tabletop position. I'm gonna reach up for a short strap. For a little spicier, long is a little nicer. Stick your butt out. That's gonna put you in this nice flat back, but draw the core in. Nice and engaged. Push away from that right shoulder. We're gonna go straight arm sweep up with that left strap. Back in. Nice and long for that lat press. And again, reach. For 5. Here for 4. Last 3. 2. 1. Bring it all the way back. Don't let the elbow drop. Bend the elbow right into those triceps. And press. And press. So gaze is always down towards the floor. Your neck is long. Pushing away from that right shoulder again. For 5. Long through those fingers. 4. Here for 3. 2. Last 1. All the way out. Slowly bring it back in. Nice job. Little cat-cow if you need to. And then right into that other side. Left hand into that headrest. Grab that right strap. Put it onto the outside of your frame, pushing away from that left shoulder. And then we'll go into that lat press from the right side. And press. Nice and slow on that return every time. That's where that control in Pilates comes into play here. And press. Keep breathing. Here for 5. And then into that tricep. 4. Last 3. Stick with it. Here for 2. All the way back on this next one. Reach, reach, reach. Don't let it drop. Just bend that elbow deep into that tricep. Squeeze. And press. Really isolating here for 5, 4, 3. If you're shaking, embrace it. Keep going. Last 2. Here for 1. And bringing it back in. Whew. Little burn. Shake it out. Roll out. We're going to come kneeling against those shoulder blocks. All right, grab onto both of your straps now, getting nice and tall. I'm going to choke on up to my rubber bits or knotted bits if you don't have the rubber. Getting tall, I'm dropping my tailbone down and drawing my diaphragm in and up, getting into that thigh stretch. So really squeeze your glutes. You're hinging back. So arms are just kind of hanging out in front of you. You're not working the arms. It's a full posterior chain. Hinge back into it. Slight gaze forward, squeeze to lift. And hinge back. Use those quads, squeeze to lift. You're going to feel a deep stretch in these hip flexors. And back. Only go as far as you can with that control. Back up. Here for 4. Good. Draw that navel in. 3. Ooh, it's burning. 2. Last one's your best one. Reach, reach, reach. All the way back. And squeeze to lift. Nice job. Set those straps down. And we are going to grab one hand on each side of your frame. We have not changed our springs. We're still on that blue. So I'm going to reach pretty far up my frame. My knees are against my shoulder blocks. I'm keeping my arms straight to pull my carriage in. And back out. Back into those lats. A little further up. Keeping my knees under my hips, and I'm in that flat back. And pull. Pull. So keeping my arms straight is going to really activate my lats. You might feel those triceps. And again for 6. 5. Here for 4. Last 3. Breathe it out. 2. 1. Pull it in and back out. Find a little shell stretch. Come back up. Now we're going to round in that spine. So into the core again. Hold on to that frame nice and tight. Readjust if you need to. Now I'm going to round roll and press that carriage out. Now I'm drawing my carriage in with my knees, rounding in my spine to get into those abdominals, and round scoop and press. Drop your gaze. Round pull, lock it in every time. For 6, 5, 4, last 3, you got it, stick with it. Here for 2, and 1. Walk it back and roll up with control. Roll out those wrists, flip to the other side. So back into that Z-sit for that other side mermaid stretch. Reach up for that long strap. Outside arm is on that carriage. My back will be to it for a little bit, but listen to the cues. So reach over, silent mermaid stretch, bend deep into that outside arm. Restack. So just getting into this other side. And reach, and then we're going to find that hinge. Reach, hinge, push those hips forward. Slowly bring it in. Remember your options, go just the fingertips. Reach, hinge, push those hips forward. Or no hands if it's in your body. This side might feel different though. It's okay. Go slow. Last 3. Stay tight, stay strong, stabilize. Work that core. 2, squeeze those glutes. Last one, let's get into it and reach. Slowly bring it in, restack, roll those shoulders out. Strap goes into outside arm for that draw sword. Adjust if you need to. And then when you're ready, reach, draw all the way out. Bring it back in. Try not to let that shoulder creep up into your ear, so keep it down. And then we'll layer on with that hinge. Draw that sword, hinge, squeeze those glutes every time, nice and tight. And again, reach. Lots of balance, control, strength. Here for 3. Last 2. And 1. Bring it back in, lower it down, put that strap back on. All right, I'm gonna flip back around. We're gonna go a little heavier now onto a loaded blue or a red. So we're gonna stand next to our frame. We're gonna pop one of our feet up into our shoulder block, tucking those toes, and placing that other foot pretty close towards your foot bar. From here, squeeze those glutes, push those hips forward. We're gonna find a deep lunge into that front knee. Allow the chest to slightly drop, pushing the weight into that stabilizing foot. Drive up from the heel. And back down. Hands can go on your hips. Prayer mode, out to a T, in front of you. Whatever you like. Drive up. Try and get that bottom knee off the carriage. Drive up from that heel every time. Scooping out those abdominals. And lunge. I never keep my hands in one position. I just switch it up as I go. Whatever feels good to me in that moment. So move organically sometimes. It's okay. Listen to your body. We're here for 6. Keep breathing. 5. Fire up that glute nice and tight. Here for 4. Make it work. Tight, tight, tight the whole time. Here for 3. We're going to hold it in 2. Last one, all the way out. Really scoop. I'm going to scooter that back knee in and out. Stay bent in that front knee. Stay low. Scooter in and out. It's really working here. 8, 7, 6, 5. Whew. Here we go. Last 4, 3. Here comes that shake. 2. Hold it out, stay low. Pulses to finish off. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5. You got it. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, drive it in. All right, nice job. Sit down just for a second. Give yourself a little figure 4 stretch. Stretch that glute. And then we're gonna come kneeling, facing our foot bar. So tuck those toes on both of the shoulder blocks. We're gonna hit that chest before we get into the other side. Total body. Okay, let's get into that short strap. You can start with those glutes to the heels or to a slight hover. Just feel out that balance first. So palms are gonna be up towards the ceiling. Get tall, serve your tray. Nice long arms. And reach. Back in. This is where you can kind of catch your breath, but still keep moving. If you want to go for that reach, stabilize. Bring it in. Don't go too fast. Lots of core and spinal stability here. And reach. Back in. For 6, 5, 4. Here for 3. Last 2. 1. Bring it in, roll it out. Come all the way up now. Now that you're nice and stabilized, you feel it in your body. Squeeze those glutes, draw the navel in. All right, palms are gonna stay forward, slight hinge though from those hips, and we're gonna bicep curl. And release. Deep breaths every time. Here we go. Last 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Last 2. Here for 1. And release. Sit on down. One last variation here before we hit that other glute. All right, bring those arms to a goalpost position, nice and wide in those elbows, and overhead reach. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Reach. Here we go, almost done, and then right into that other glute. 6. 5, you can go into that kneeling position. Last 4, 3, finish strong, 2, and 1. Slowly bring it in, stretch that chest, and hang it up. Okay, we're almost there. Hitting the end, other side, let's get into that glute, step on over. Pop that foot up onto your shoulder block. Nothing else changes. All 4 corners of that outside leg are down. And then from here, get tall, squeeze that glute, square off those hips and chest, lunge deep. Back in. That carriage is just going for a ride. Working leg is on the floor. Put your hands where you want them once again. Lunge deep. This is the last bit of it. Stay strong. Let it burn. Here for 6, and then into those scooters. Nice and tight in that booty. 5, 4. Here for 3, 2, embrace the shake if it's happening, lunge deep, hold it, scoop out, scooter that back knee in, out, stay lunged, and press, 7, 6, 5, 4, you got this. 3, 2, all the way out, hold it, pulse it out. This is where we finish. 8, 7, 6, push from that heel. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drive it in, shake it out. And there we have it. Thank you for joining. That was our intermediate full body flow. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.